Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Today we're trying Banquet's Meat Lovers Mega Deep Dish. That's all they call it, is a deep dish, not a pot pie, which is what it looks like to me. The 14-ounce Banquet Mega Meat Lovers Deep Dish is marinara sauce with meatballs, mozzarella cheese, and pepperoni in a flaky crust that costs $2.50. Meals made mega, stuffed with meatballs and pepperoni, marinara sauce, and melted cheese. Now if these deep dishes are anything like the picture on the box, we're in for a treat. It looks fantastic. As always, Banquet meals are proudly made in the USA since 1953. Here's the ingredients, and of course, there's TSP, or textured soy protein, which is just another name for textured vegetable protein, or TVP. But, in its defense, I've had some foods lately with TVP that I've actually enjoyed. So either I'm losing my taste buds, or my taste for food is descending from great to mediocre. The nutrition facts are for a 1-cup serving, or the whole deep dish, which I'm pretty sure even the late great Stephen Hawking could consume one of these without an issue. So for the whole deep dish, there's 960 calories, 50 grams of total fat, 22 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 45 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,460 milligrams of sodium, 106 grams of carbohydrates, 7 grams of fiber, 15 grams of sugars, and 23 grams of protein. So with that said, don't count on your local GNC to be carrying these anytime soon. You can cook the Banquet Mega Meat Lovers Deep Dish in the microwave or the oven. And because I love you, the people, like my family, we're cooking them both in the microwave and in the oven. The first deep dish we're doing in the oven, and even before being cooked, it looks good. Then Mrs. Wolfpit almost cuts her thumb off as she cuts a slit in the top crust. But you, the people, gotta realize, we play professionals on YouTube and act like we know what we're doing. But if she did lose a finger, it would be for you, the people, so you don't have to cut off your own fingers. So the first deep dish goes into a preheated 400-degree oven for 55 to 60 minutes. So if your blood sugar is low, it'll probably be a better idea to cook yours in the microwave. And this one, we're cooking in the microwave. And the box and the deep dish looks like someone plays soccer with it. This time, Mrs. Wolfpit cut a slit in the top crust and practiced a bit more safety. Now it goes into the microwave in the crisping box for 7 to 8 minutes, and then rest in the microwave for 5 minutes. After microwaving for 7 minutes and resting in the microwave for 5 minutes, our Banquet Mega Meat Lovers Deep Dish is ready. We checked the temperature and it was all the way up to about 200 degrees. So I would suggest to cook these for 6 minutes at first to avoid overcooking. Now we tried to cut a piece of the crust off first and try it by itself, but that didn't happen. So we started off with a big bite of everything. And by the looks, I was happy we did. So once it went into the old pie hole, it was indeed good. It was saucy, meaty, seasoned good, cheesy, and overall pretty darn good. Next we tried the crust by itself, and being cooked in the microwave, it was surprisingly flaky and not soggy at all. We broke up more of the flaky crust to get a closer look at what was inside. And it didn't take long to fish out a decent-sized meatball. Which I do have to admit, it was delicious and I didn't even notice the TVP. The meatball indeed had a good texture and was seasoned well. We fished it around for one more bite and pulled out a couple smaller meatballs, pepperoni, and marinara. After baking in a 400-degree oven for 55 minutes, our second Banquet Mega Meat Lovers deep dish was ready. And even though it's in the box now, we did take it out of the box and put it on a baking sheet. We just put it back in the box after it baked. And this deep dish looked fantastic. The crust was beautiful. Just like the first deep dish, it was well over 165 degrees. But on the first one, it didn't seem to hurt anything. So maybe being overcooked is not a big deal. On this deep dish, we were successful at getting a piece of the crust to try it on its own first. And just look at how beautiful and flaky the crust is. And it tasted as good as it looked. We broke open more of the crust to search for whatever was inside. And we hit what looked like the jackpot of meatballs. Now I was waiting to try this one before I said anything, but with this one and the microwave deep dish, the meatballs were great, but the marinara sauce in both had a very acidic aftertaste, which wasn't very pleasant. The acidity in tomato-based sauces can usually be neutralized with some sugar. Finally, for one last bite of everything. And it certainly did look good, and it was good. So here's my final thoughts on Banquet's Mega Meat Lovers deep dish with meatballs, pepperoni, marinara, and melted cheese. They were both good, but they could have been better. Like I mentioned, the marinara sauce tasted fine when we ate it, but it had a very acidic aftertaste. Along with that, there was too much marinara sauce and/or not enough cheese. The pepperoni was lost in the sauce. I couldn't even tell it was there. The meatballs were great, along with the top and bottom crust. So both deep dish, also known as pot pies, had the same negative and positive points, which is why I'm giving them both a 6 out of 10. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, and share it with your family and friends, and I'll see you soon.